Okay, so this is the first episode of Ampocalypse, where we talk to musicians about how bands would cope if the world fell apart, amongst other things, of course, because we've got things to talk about as well. And I'm joined by the bride herself, Mollie Clack from the incredible Knife Bride. First of all, how are you doing?
Hello, yeah, I'm really good, thank you. I'm feeling terribly festive actually this year, which is nice. I'm happy.
Any particular reason you're feeling festive?
I don't know. I think I'm just really welcoming the vibes. I'm really enjoying being at the pub. I've been at the pub a lot this month, and it's just felt particularly nice and nostalgic. I think I've just really enjoyed socialising more than usual. I'm welcoming that. It's my life right now.
I think that's good. I mean, like, I can't lie. I'm a bit of a social introvert. I love going out. I love doing things, but it'd be so much better if people weren't around.
Yeah, I'm a home girl. I'm a massive home girl. However, I think it's just been one of those where, I think I'm enjoying getting out in the evenings a lot more than usual. Like going into Brighton to do like shopping, and like I said, having the odd pint or two or three. So yeah, I'm just getting into it. It feels good. It feels good.
What about you? Late night shopping? You're not going. You know what? I've got Amazon there.
No, I'm really trying to steer clear of the
online shopping.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes. It's not good, and I've definitely been a victim to it in the past, and obviously there's so many issues around it, so I'm trying. We are so lucky in Brighton where there's so much independent.
Yes.
So as much as I can, I'm shopping independent.
See, this is why I love coming down to Brighton. When I found out that you guys were local to Brighton, I was like, we're doing this in person. I want to actually come down, have a day with the missus, go and have some sushi somewhere.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yes.
So I'll have to get some recommendations.
I've got some recommendations.
Fantastic.
Wabi Sabi is my first one. That's in Hove.
Okay.
But we are so local to me. It's a bit jammy actually. I live literally over the road, so perfect little meetup.
Lovely. Well, it worked for you. I mean, cool.
You had a bit more of a journey.
I don't mind at all. Weirdly enough, like we were thinking Yo Sushi because we don't have one in Croydon.
Go Yo Sushi.
It's so simple.
And they actually have a what's
the
it
conveyor
called?
belt is working. Yeah.
I'm a simple woman.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they stopped that when COVID happened, and then they've only just recently brought it back. When I saw that thing going, I was just like,
well, it's time then.
Yeah,
surely.
It is. Now, you've recently had a new single out, Alone at the Altar, which, as I understand, is where we truly meet the bride character.
Yes.
And with that in mind, how conscious were you of introducing this character, to the audience? And what was it about the concept of the bride, and where did this come from?
So, I think I'm going to go on a couple of tangents probably.
Perfect, love that.
First of all, and I always say it, sorry if I'm boring, but I'm a massive Kate Bush fan. I really love the theatre of, playing a character through music and songwriting. So it's always my inclination to want to do that in songwriting anyway. And this time round, I was really conscious. We said it a few times, like, why have we not actually really honed in on the name of the band and the brand and there's a reason that the name Knife Bride is so, it's quite a visceral name, and there's a reason that we liked it to start with, and we felt like we connected with it, and I was like, I really need to bring that to life. And Knife Bride, KB, is actually, there's the Kate Bush reference to KB, but there's also Kill Bill, and obviously the bride from Kill Bill. So we had it's always been there.
Yeah.
It had always been something that we wanted to play around with, and I especially felt like it was the right time to do something very conceptual. And yeah, it's the start. It's only the start of meeting her, is what I would say.
This is quite exciting. Now, there's something very sort of gothic and almost literary about her. And I'm going to be honest. I almost get, and hopefully I'm not going to offend you with this, but I almost get like Miss Havisham vibes to a degree.
Miss Havisham.
Yeah.
Should I know who that is? Is that Bags?
No. Have you? You know Charles Dickens, right?
Oh no.
Oh. It's the character, I believe, from I want to say it's not Great Expectations. That's the Christmas
one. This is really
one.
fucking me up right now. this is showing I'm not really into like old.
It's absolutely fine. It's shameful because
I'm not
I've
an
actually.
academic, that's the word I'm
It's all right.
looking for.
It's absolutely fine because I've actually forgotten the book it's from now, and it's going to come back to me at some point.
That makes me look better.
But I'll try and give you a bit of context. So,
yes.
Miss Havisham was a character in one of Charles Dickens' books, and she got left at the altar.
Okay.
And she's living in this big house. She's never taken the wedding dress off, and she's very vindictive against men. So she decides to torture this young boy by introducing him to this really pretty girl and all of that. And she's trained the girl to be really nasty to the boy and basically torture him. What the hell is the name of the book?
Pure evil.
I know.
I do not condone it. I do not condone
So
that.
that's why I was like, hopefully, I have caused a.
If I had read something like that, like anything that you, how do I put this? If I'd read something as poignant as that, it would have stuck with me, and maybe I would today use it as a reference. You never know if it might have, but unfortunately, I haven't actually got anywhere near that text. However, yeah, like there is something to say about when I was at uni. My whole like dissertation was about the fact that we either have to be, as women, we have to be like perfect, happy, quiet, or we are like the crazy woman. Like, so there's something to say of that, and I definitely wanted the bride to be someone that was totally nuanced, and I also want her to be someone that you don't specifically, she's not written for you to like her.
Right.
So, like, she's I want to say anti-hero as opposed to a villain.
Yeah.
You know I said this in an interview the other day, but you know the film Marriage Story? Do you know it?
I don't know that. See, now I don't know one thing, you don't know one thing.
Yeah.
It works.
That's
Perfect.
exactly why I just wanted that scene.
It's 1-1 now.
So I love a film where you're not forced to like the protagonists. I really love a film where you're like, oh, he's been a bit of an arsehole now, she's been a bit of an arsehole now, or like it doesn't need to feel like there's a moral compass you have to follow. And I think that I've written from the perspective of the bride with some messaging that doesn't actually feel like it's right some of the time, and some of it is she's not always tasteful, she's not always got tact, she's not always, but sometimes she has, sometimes she's sensitive, sometimes you like her and you empathise with her, but sometimes you think she's a fucking arsehole. And that's what I'm really trying to do.
Yeah. So she's a very fractured character,
Yeah, she's
very sympathetic, sometimes crazy, like
sometimes narcissistic, sometimes she's got all of these. The thing is, we've all got all of them, and that's what I'm really trying to put forward. You know, I always say that I try and have a good heart and try and be a good person, but it doesn't mean that sometimes I don't have bad thoughts.
Sometimes you're stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and like sometimes I'm a shitty person, and I think that's, and I've lived with, I am such a shame-ridden, guilt-ridden person, and this is probably something that I'm trying to put out into the world to be like, come on, it's more textured than that. You don't always need to just feel we're a bad person just because of our bad parts. It's just some little things, sort of thing.
So, do you think? So, I'll be honest. Like, I wanted to see you play live for some time. I still have because download working. Other places. I can't remember if there was a reason I didn't come and see you in November. Who were you supporting?
We were supporting. Oh my god, why isn't that coming to me a lot quicker? We were supporting Cage Fight, and we were supporting the last tour of Svalbard.
That was
which was amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, words aren't always good for me. But yeah, so we were supporting Svalbard. They were so cool to tour with. Cage Fight were lovely as well, and all just incredible musicians. Like, really lucky to share the stage with them all. I think we're cursed because we keep being on people's final tours. Well, we supported Ithaca on their final UK show, and then we had Svalbard, and I was like, I think this isn't over.
So what you're saying is you're putting the knife to many bands.
Well, you heard it here first. Yeah, something's going on, but also a total pleasure.
Yeah, but as I said, shamefully I've not seen you, which is really disappointing. Because I remember listening to you before I interviewed you at Download a couple of years back, and I was like, right, I need to go and see these guys,
You
and
will.
it's just not happening.
You will, and we aren't actually like, we don't play loads at the moment.
Yeah.
We're more in studio than anything, so that's a lot on us as well. We're not a massively what's the word? we're not out there and doing loads and loads of shows at the moment. I think we're sort of happy to be slow burners and nurture whatever's going on first.
I think that's important not to rush things.
Yeah.
I always think back to like watching Some Kind of Monster, the Metallica DVD, about that album they put out. That was quite awful, actually. Sorry, Metallica, I'm not trying to badmouth you. There was
If you're watching this.
God, they're going to ban me from their shows. But what I mean is, I can almost understand why it didn't quite hit, because they had like people coming in going, "Where's the next song? Where's the next song?" And it was just like, this is not a way you can be creative.
No.
Like, people get writer's block, and you need to put out what you can when you can. I think that's important.
Definitely, and we've thrown, we've spent money on stuff and then put it in the bin because we're like, no, it's not what we want it to be. Even though it's like, oh, we need to put something out. No. Because sometimes that is the rat race. Oh, we need to put something out, so we'll just chuck. No, I'm not doing that.
But it sounded like I actually went off on a bit of a tangent there. What I was going to ask is, does the bride come out like the character appear on stage? Is there stuff that you would love to do with that character and make it more, not just playing live, but actually make it a full-on performance piece? Because we have that a lot with bands like Ice Nine Kills and Ghost, and it's more, there's a spectacle to it as well.
But like that is actually, I would say, without giving too much away, the direction that we're hoping to go in. I am really, really bad at styling myself. I am just really not great at that side of things. If that can be taken away from me, therefore we have discussed like what a great idea it would be to really, get with the theatre side of things in a visual aspect as well, so that takes some pressure off of us having to question our identity, and also giving people something to really hold on to as well. I think we really want to create a universe, which is exciting us. It's always something that we wanted to do, but I think we understand what we want that to look like and sound like, and it's all sort of coming together now.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a necessary need to rush that. I mean,
no, I agree.
Think 5-10 years down the line, and you suddenly bring in, the Ninth Groom or something. I'm messed up with that there.
Well, this is it. So and at the moment, the boys usually will on stage wear Sean especially will wear like a suit, a black suit. Like it looks great. It's sharp, and I love the idea of wearing like bohemian, vampirish, gorgeous gowns, and again, I really like the idea of going independent and like working with artists that create these beautiful pieces as well. So it's like we don't have loads of money at the moment, so that's another reason we haven't done that yet. But as much as we can have a team around us and work together to create something really beautiful and something that makes sense as a whole, yes. Like we'd love to have pyro, we'd love to one day we want it all.
I think that you could get there. Now, something I wanted to ask as well is, you talked about resurrecting that sort of raw, unapologetic emo act.
Yes.
And you've even sort of coined your own musical term, New Gothic art, which, listening to you guys, I actually like, what? Yes. I think that's really quite cool, and it actually suits you quite well.
Thank you.
Now, when you started coming up with this, was this sort of a natural progression into it, or did you go out to sort of go, we want to try and create something different?
Probably both. Probably definitely both. I'll be so specific right now. So when we first got together, which was actually in one of the lockdowns, somewhere around COVID, I hate saying that word. Anyway, somewhere around with that. And we were like, what do we want to be? We're not sure. We put together Tits and Teeth. That was a remote project. And I was like, instead of being like, what does the band represent? I was like, okay, that's our first single. That's going to be our punk, slut metal. And I was like, Packs a Punch. And that's what we went forward with.
Yes.
And then we were writing, and I think our next song was, it was Grenade. And then it was Grenade, and then it was Fact Dummy. And we were speaking about these topics that actually were more serious and less like Tits and Teeth is very lust filled and very sensual, but Grenade is actually about safety for women on the streets. Fan Dummy is about dealing with having a low libido and the not so sexy side of things. And I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense what we're trying to go with now. So we had it in our heads that we needed to find something that was symbolic of what we were creating. And that's when we wrote the EP, Don't Dream Too Much. And I think that came hand in hand. And I said something about, like, I really feel like our lyrical content and the like poetic nature of it all has got a gothic element to it, but we're not goth. But then you've got like bands like Pale Waves, and even though they don't sound gothic, they're hot. They've got a goth look to them. So I knew we could still use it to like signify something about us. I just felt like the new was what made it still say we're fresh and we've still got the like new metal, like proggy, riffy sort of sound to us. Like the Gothica means like something, like to feel something you never felt before. So it's got that cinematic thing, but it wraps it up in that nice like inky sort of thing. But oh god, we were back and forth it. I'm just picturing us on Messenger being like, does this sound good? Does this sound good? And we sat with New Gothica for a bit and we were like, is that really shit? Not for a while, but we love it now.
Yeah,
we're happy with it now.
As I said, it does. It kind of like when I read that, I was like, this actually kind of suits them. Like, you know, because I don't like pigeonholing bands because you'll get some bands you're like, yeah, they're punk rock, and then all of a sudden they release something which is completely different and out of the blue.
Yes.
And who's to say, 5-10 years down the line, you might go full Gwen Stefani and move away from the punky stuff and go full on weird pop.
Yeah, this is it. I love art pop. Don't get me wrong, and I do feel like the term New Gothica, where it is also post-genre, hopefully that helps us to do that without having to explain ourselves.
And you shouldn't have to explain yourself, to be fair.
Quite right.
Exactly. You let your music talk for you.
Yeah,
exactly. Now, the band has actually, since I spoke to at Download, you've had quite a relentless rise. You're getting more and more popular. And you've had exposure, you've been in major print articles, like you've had radio support, and you've had recognition from people like, I think it's Alex Holcomb.
Alex Holcomb.
Thank you, Holcomb. And this has, really helped you get your sound out to a bigger audience. Now, for you, has this sort of changed how you approach things creatively or personally? Thinking now, or not to put the pressure on, but we've got an audience we need to impress now, and you should, just for the record. But how has that changed things for you?
To be honest, no, not at all, which
That's
is
good.
really nice. I think we just feel really lucky to have that support. But we're also aware that, like I said to you, we can only move at the speed that we are comfortable with. We're a bit older. I think that's part of it. So we don't feel pressure in the rat race. Like, I'm about to turn 30, boys are all a bit younger than me. But I don't think that we are in any way like, oh gosh, there's eyes on us, we need to do this. We got nominated for 2 Heavy Music Awards, not this year, but the year before. That didn't make us go, oh, we need to do something so we actually win it next year. We didn't even get nominated this year. That's fine. We were just happy to be nominated the year before. We went and we had a binder. So I think that, and then, we were in Crown Magazine at the end of last year. We weren't this year. There's no part of us that's going, oh no, so we're taking a dip. We're moving at our pace. We're happy with the recognition. Alex Holcomb has been amazing. She's an incredible person in this industry. Pioneers for all of us that are doing, relatively, like, we're still babies, really. So to look out for people that are independent and that are trying to pave their way is amazing. But I don't feel like it causes pressure. If anything, it just makes us feel seen and heard, and I'm just excited for the future of it all.
No, it's really good because I do like what Alex does in that she does focus very much on newer artists, and she's using her, I suppose, ability to put people on the map,
Yeah.
which I think is important because, I'm in my 40s now, and I'm there going, oh, bands that I used to know, they're disappearing, they're going, and things like that.
Well, I'm not surprised either because it's really hard. It's really hard out there, and like people might look like they're doing well on the surface, and I think this is one of the reasons, going back to your question about, you know, how it changes the game for us, having that sort of pressure or support or whatever. I'm so conscious of the fact that so many people look like they're doing well on the forefront and they've got all this support, but maybe they've signed a shitty deal, or maybe and actually you might look like you're really successful, but you might be drowning in the background. Yeah. We have refused, we're still independent because we are not going to do anything that means that we have no longevity as a band.
Yeah.
So we've got to stay true to us first and foremost.
I would say, I mean, like, there's always a risk that someone will discover you, throw a contract in front of you, and on the surface it might look good. Not necessarily the case. You know, we spoke before the camera started rolling about it's the 1% that tend to make money in this industry, which is a shame. But you've shared stages with, you know, lots of sort of similarly up-and-coming bands.
Yes.
You know, Hanabi is one of them.
Yes.
I think they're quite big in Japan.
Yeah,
you know,
they're amazing.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, not on the same stage, at the same festival.
Right.
And the reason that I went, so quickly is because we're good friends.
Yeah.
And they live around the corner as well.
Yes.
And we're writing a song together as well. And do you know what? The reason that I can say that, and that is a scoop, it's been, we're all quite type B people, so it's been about a year in the making, so maybe another couple of years we'll release it.
I'm actually really excited to hear that.
Yeah, it's good.
But, you know, getting back to what I was saying, you know, does it feel like you're part of a new generation of musicians that are up and coming?
Yeah.
Because, you know, all of these bands that are making their appearance now, they were, you know, I look back at older download pictures and go, oh my God, they opened that stage, now they're up there. You know, I think bands like Hailstorm, for example.
Yeah.
How does that feel to be part of this, I'm going to say next generation, that is going to help shape music going forward? Because, you know, you've already said you've coined new Gothic up.
Yeah.
And, you know, people like, you know, as you get older, you know, you find the thing that you like, and people will sort of go, well, you know, they're changing it, that's not metal, they're doing this. And like, no. This is an exciting time.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I think I went off point there completely.
I love that question, and again, it makes me think about all different things, but I love that question. I hope that we can be a part of it, and I hope that we do, you know, stick with people and that people stick with us. That is one of the reasons that we do need to make sure that we are a little bit more moving and grooving, so that we can, because we're desperate now that we've actually got the music where it needs to be, because we've got a lot sort of sitting there. We can't wait to get back out there and hopefully, like you say, be on festival lineups again and be moving up and like be enjoying playing these bigger stages, even though, to be fair, I love playing smaller stages as well. There's something really so incredible about that. But yeah, I feel like we've got a really, really, really great community. You know, like I said, we were touring with Svalbard and Cage Fight, but Meg from Vet was driving the Cage Fight through, and she is so cool and she is so nice, and you know, it's just a really lovely pool of people. And more often than not, we're playing with, again, this is a shitty phrase, but female-fronted bands, and like, we all just get on so well. We all get on so well, or male-backed bands is what we're now calling it.
Actually, do you know what, I like that, and it is interesting because I always say in the last few years, it's not been in the last few years, it's been going on a long time.
Yeah.
But I think back in like the 80s, like you've got a female lead singer, it was like, oh, there's a girl.
Yeah.
There's a girl in a rock band. Now it genuinely feels it's the norm now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I think this is a huge step forward.
Yeah.
From my perspective.
Yeah. So funnily enough, when I was at uni, I remember watching a documentary, and it was Jamila from Ithaca and Serena from Svalbard, who both of which we've supported on their last two. Anyway, and I remember them saying about the difficulties of being a woman in metal, and obviously it presents its issues. I think you are undermined quite sometimes, or maybe someone will, you won't get spoken to maybe as well by certain members of staff sometimes, or you won't be expected to be in the band, or blah blah blah. You know, there's loads of stuff like that. I haven't ever faced any sort of like really terrible discrimination. I've been lucky in that way. Maybe it's because we've been taken on some really inclusive tours. You know, we toured with Orgasm and Sequin at the start of our career. That was a really inclusive, incredible crowd. And, you know, from there on, it's always felt really comfortable for us. But, yeah, I think to me, because of the nature of the shows that we've done, the tours we've done, the festivals we've been involved in, it has always felt really normal.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And to be fair, if anyone does like undermine you or do anything, like the bride has got a knife. I will remind you.
I don't take it to venues. To be fair, disclaimer. But no, yeah, it can be a little bit like that. And obviously, there's the whole issue of like being sexualised. That is a thing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but there's no straight answer. There's no straight line to
No,
it, really.
there never would.
Because I've never had I don't know what it's like being the guys in the band for other reasons. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I only know my
What you've experienced, but it's good to hear that experience has been positive.
It has been.
So, yeah. Now, Knife Bride, to the best of my knowledge, you don't actually have a full album out yet. Now, this is something I'm always fascinated by, especially in like a sort of a streaming first world that we're in now, which I see pros and cons of. Pros in that smaller bands have the ability to get their music out so much easier. Con, I love albums, I always have.
I'm an star.
What's your view of this? Like, do you think it's helped you as a band get your music out, not being pressured to go, we must have an album to be that breakthrough?
So the only reason we haven't released an album is because we haven't been ready.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, oh my gosh, no one has a attention span anymore. People love singles.
Sorry, what?
Do you know what I'm saying? It's true. It's true. And like, to be honest, even though I'm an album girly, like I am a front to back stan. Like if I love an album, that's it. I'll lock in. Nowadays, it will be a special artist for me that I will do that for, and otherwise I'll just think, oh, maybe I'll skip, and that's the thing. And so, yes, it's probably more digestible the way that we've been releasing music. However, I do truly believe that when we release an album, she will be a thing of music, and I want her to be a all killer no filler. So,
epic.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this. But again, don't rush it. This is like, you know, it's important.
She is in the making, but like slowly but surely, and we just want her to be coherent and cohesive and just really beautifully strung together, as well as, you know, you want to be proud of every song, but I also want it to just flow in a really gorgeous, organic way.
Now, obviously, we are in Brighton now. Fantastic, I say town, it is a city. And it's got a very diverse creative scene.
Yes.
From your perspective, how has Brighton helped shape Knife Bride as a band?
God, in every way. I guess if you're looking at it as a like black and white thing, it's shaped us because we met here. And, you know, actually, we did meet here. We all met here in different years of uni, but then we didn't actually form as a band until afterwards. But like you say, yes, it's a city, but it's a small city. And you know, when you're really close friends and you've got the same interests, you're always close enough that you can get together and you can rehearse and you can have a drink and you can chat and you can build plans, and that's been so huge for us. That's right. That's been huge for us, like to be able to be basically neighbours, and well, we were all neighbours at one point. We all lived on the same road. That was great. But yeah, it's formed us, as well as having a brilliant live music scene. Shout out Green Door Store, Hope Ruin.
You've sold that out like twice now, haven't you?
Yeah, we have actually, which is weird. You always go, really? People want to go and see us. It's still weird. It's still weird looking out into the audience and seeing people sing new songs. Like, yes, we're babies, but we've been together for 4 years now, and they're still things that I can't believe. When things translate into, like, real life stuff, because you can look at Spotify and go, oh, we've had 300,000 streams on that, but the human brain can't really translate that into like what that looks like. So when you see it in like actual selling something out and you see actual humans, oh, this is cool.
I sort of know what you mean, because when I look at the numbers of like views I have for these, I'm there going, oh, it's cool. Oh, it's no longer oh my god, it's in its 100. It is nice, but I suppose
it's dopamine, but you also feel like it's not got the same sort of
kick as someone being there.
Yeah, that's it. And I question numbers sometimes.
Well, because you've got someone like me going, play.
Well,
come on, we need their support.
Oh look, at Spotify, and it'll say that like 50 people are listening to one of the singles at one time, and I'm like, surely not.
It's possible.
It's really nice. Like it's wonderful. But yeah, it's been an amazing place. I'm so glad that we all live here, and we all still live here after being here for about 10 years now. It's a wonderful place to live.
Yeah. Now, as I said, this is the first episode of Ampocalypse. It's an apocalyptic themed podcast that's going to be starting in the new year. So you are episode 1. You are the first one.
Awesome.
And I wanted to make it special. So
yeah, I love that.
So if the world was ending
yes.
and Knife Bride were playing the last show on Earth, who would be on the lineup with you? There's no limits, no logistics, just end of days chaos.
Oh my gosh. Right, so I'm going to have to do a little shout for every one of the members of the band. I can't be selfish. I would love to be. So
The Bride's nice like that. She might be a bit crazy sometimes, but you know, she's the anti.
So can I have one band for each band member?
Yes.
Yeah. So for Sean Windle, guitarist, he would have Meshuggah, facts, straight facts. Craig, you already know what I'm going to say. Our bassist would have Coldplay. Right, that's a curveball.
Can we make sure we get the that couple on the big screen? You know the meme.
No, it's so sad. I feel really sorry for them because
I do and I don't. I'm afraid.
It's stupid and it's shitty, but she's had loads of death threats.
See, that's the bad side of it.
I know.
And that I don't condone.
No, because we're all human. Like it's shit. They shouldn't have done it, and it was silly. Anyway, we won't go into it.
Yeah,
that's not what this is about. This is the end of days. This is the apocalypse. Right, so there's 2. Sean Millsop, our drummer. Let's go Bad Omens.
Ooh, nice choice.
Yeah, again, and that's like a shared one for all of us. We saw them, me and Sean went to see them at Ali Pali the other day. Honestly, his voice is insanely good. And then I'm so boring because I say the same thing every time, but I'm so in love with her. Can I have one old, one new?
Yeah, you're the boss.
Yeah,
you get 2.
I'll have Ash Nico. She's my girl right now. But I also am gonna go Cocteau Twins because that is a shared one for me and Sean as well.
Epic.
Yeah.
And where is
I
this?
haven't gone heavy at all.
I was actually
Is that really bad?
No, I like eclectic.
Hold on. And System of a Down. Again, that's a big shared one for all of us. We've got System of a Down there.
Well, you got to have the big headline. Where is this show taking place? Beach on Brighton as the tsunami comes in.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. The boys, Sean and Terry, both work at Dalton's, which is on the seafront. So obviously. Oh, and then other Sean works at Concord. So I guess we could have like a stretch from one venue down to the other.
I like that.
Yeah. I really, really do hate the idea of tsunami, but I guess you can't really choose.
No, I don't know why. I was just like, the ocean's there. Imagine System of a Down playing their final song as everyone's just watching the demise. I mean, it's going to be biblical. Let's be honest. Now, in an apocalyptic scenario, you're in Brighton. Where are you guys holding up as a band? Where are you going to have your final stand? And bear in mind, we are in a pub, so I'm kind of getting Shaun of the Dead vibes right now.
So, what, as in, like, somewhere we're going to try and survive?
Yes.
So, it would have been my old workplace, Leon. Do you know what Leon is? They're in London as well. It's like healthy fast food.
Oh, yes, I do know.
I worked there in my first year of uni, and there was like an underground pub thing.
Ooh.
It's closed now, so I won't be able to access that. But that would have been my first.
It's the apocalypse break in.
Well, yeah. Surely. Okay, Leon it is. Leon it is. It probably still absolutely stinks of chips and halloumi, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, that's fine. I can get down with that. And actually, no, 2 questions left. Sorry. every Apocalypse needs an MVP, your most valuable player. Who is Knife Bride's MVP?
And with that, do we mean the person that would be most likely to do well in an apocalypse, or?
Yeah, we can go with that. Yeah, the most valuable person, the person that's going to keep everyone alive, the natural leader.
Oh my god, we're all total chaos. But I would say Sean, the guitarist, Sean Guitarist Windle, would probably be the most level assertive. Yeah, but it's really hard. Me and Craig, no. It'd be between the two Seans. But Sean Nilsson has got raging ADHD, so I don't know if that would.
I can relate.
I don't know if that would help.
I don't know. If you make sure he's got a list, he might be prepared. Because that's what works with me. And finally, when the dust settles and the apocalypse is over, what is next for the bride and Knife Bride? What are we going to get in 2026? What can you share?
What can I share? Well, I can share that it's going to be a big year for us, and it will only be a matter of time. We're coming in hot to 2026. Yeah, so everyone will, it will all become very clear very, very quickly. And yeah, we're here to create a universe and to really start to celebrate her and introduce her and just become way more visible as a band again, which is really exciting.
It is. And I can't wait to see what's in store, and I cannot wait to actually hear the song that you've got coming with as well. That's the way
Yes.
because they were a discovery. I was just like, what was it? Bloodywood. I saw them support Bloodywood, and I was like, okay, who's this?
Yeah. And they're so lovely. We will try them, and let me speak to Alicia and Blake and just say, maybe we need to try and get that tied up.
Yeah, amazing. Mollie, thank you so much for taking the time. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. This has been Ampocalypse.